let's talk about that and go back to the start of year 12. Did you have a lot of pressure on yourself, or was there pressure from others? Like, what kind of expectations did you have on yourself? Or were you just like, I just love studying, I love the subjects I'm doing, I'm just going to give it my all? Like, what was the mindset going into year 12?
It's a bit of both. So there was lots of pressure, I guess, from, I guess, my peers, I suppose, because I performed well in year 11, and also I continued performing well in year 12. So that idea that, when I woke up on the morning of the results, for example, like I got spam messaged. So there was that expectation, which was probably the hardest part. But for me, that only really hit in the week leading up to results coming out. So for the rest of the year, I just very much loved history. I loved Latin. I loved English. I loved drama. Those were all the subjects I did in their various forms. And so being able to do them for an entire year was really fun. And I found that it became more fun because I was able to, talk to my peers, and we were able to have our stupid jokes about history or ancient history or whatever. And so when it came to working, it wasn't so much of, oh, this is a slog, I want to sit down. It was, I'm going to do all this reading and all this work because I really enjoy it. And I found that especially with subjects where you can take it to the next level, like history, for example, there's always like another historical take. And so I got really into reading academic articles about Spartan vase painting, which was just so random, but it was just another outlet. And that was what really kept me engaged, is I could do this really extension stuff and extend my knowledge of a topic in an area that I was really interested in. And it's still like relevant. And you still, if you sit down in your ancient history exam and you start writing this really complex stuff about different Spartan vase painters, which no one's heard of, like, which you can't even find pictures of online, which only exist in like academic literature, the marker's gonna love it. So it was like both fun for me in a stupid way, because everyone had a bit of a laugh over how much I love Spartan vases, but also helpful for my studies. So yeah, I was driven both by my love of the subjects, and also there was a sense of, I wanted to come out at the end and I guess meet some of those expectations, but also not feel like the HSC had won. I don't know, in a weird way, like I didn't want the HSC to beat me. So I wasn't competitive against other students. It was more so against this grueling process, which is the entire final year.
So I just a couple of points to clarify. You did include Spartan vases in your HSC exam?
I actually did. I did. There was a question about Spartan art and culture. And I wrote so much about the Spartan vases in that one. Very rewarding.
Payoff. Do you think your mindset was like beyond just, oh, this could be a differentiator in the exam? You were more just like, oh, this is so interesting, I like reading up on it. Was it always met with a kind of practical application element, in the sense that, just like with that example, you could actually use that in the exam? Were you always thinking that way? It was in the back of your mind, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't keep reading on this because this is not that related to the syllabus dot points, for example?
Yeah. So for history, I always work to the syllabus dot points. And so like there always was a sense that something I was reading was useful, like the dot point on, Spartan cultural production or whatever. And then the same with like other subjects, where so other history subjects, I always stick to the what I had to know. And sometimes I would find that my sort of study breaks would be reading something that wasn't so related. And I could justify that because I thought, oh, I did so much study, and then like now I'll read a random article about, I don't know, something completely unrelated to history, just because I'd find that interesting. So there was always a sense that I was always trying to find an extra bit of detail, especially in ancient, because there's just a lot less information often. Trying to find that extra bit of detail, which could work for me and also keep me interested.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think that practical side of things is very important. But as you say, I think it's really nice to hear that your interest in the subject was kind of the driving force behind it, right?